Oh boy. If you're one of those players who invested 1,000 hours in a video game and then suddenly realize the game devs are basically just, nah, sayonara, thanks for your cooperation, we're heading out, the game you're looking for belongs to another castle, what would you do? Oh, you think I'm talking about Call of Duty? Well, in hindsight, you're actually right on that, but I'm actually talking about a game that had a bright and a beautiful future, and also the game was free to play. Lo and behold, I present to you Paladins. It's a hero shooter game where I invested 5,000 hours in it and also decided to play for a living until I realized I was better off playing some indie games where you survive from a Schlongabonga monster. Yeah. So just in case if Paladins didn't ring any bell, it was that game which actually came before Overwatch, and the game had far better deals and many great aspects. Even the Overwatch community was wowed, and the game was reaching new heights and peaks every single patch. But you know what they say, with great power comes great electricity bills. Yeah, that's right. And Paladins got kicked in the balls when they tried to chew on more than they can bite. With false promises, poor advertisements, and horrible maintenance, the game went from this to this. Well, making a current state of Paladins had become more of like a trend for content creators nowadays, talking and crying about the endless hours of frustrations with the game and merging their poor audio and video files into a 10, 20, 30 or even 1 hour. Honestly, I get it. But how much of these complaints does the game devs put into the consideration is the bigger question. Well, I'm usually the kind of guy who binge chills in the community. I don't want to share too much of my opinion because I don't want people to divide into two groups, one following me and one coming after me to burn my house down. But even I cannot withstand how much damage they're doing to their game, and they're keeping it up shamelessly. All those 5,000 hours I have in the game are just decaying into a mirage, putting an L in my forehead. Well, someone's gotta do something about it. Why not me? I think everyone's too busy making complaints about how bad the game is, aka the current state of Paladins. Nowhere I'm seeing a video telling where they should pour the milk to nourish the damage. So I think it's about time we spoon-fed the game devs on what things they actually need to consider improving, rather than shoving all our compilations of issues in one go. Well, here are my personal thoughts on how the game can be rejuvenated. First things first, whoever in the meeting came up with the idea of releasing one new character every single freaking patch probably became Employee of the Month. But it's one of those hold up, wait a minute kind of moment, cause all my life I've been told quality surpasses quantity. But here I'm seeing a different picture. To be honest, it's not about the plan that's terrible, it's about how they're executing it. The way they're trying to stomp on the standards and the better quality that this game's foundation is built upon, it makes me want to put a knife in my eye socket. Come on, yo. Let me explain why my pants are on fire. First off, the whole aspect of pretty much any video game is that you'll have badass rivals, and you need to keep on grinding and do everything in your capability to get stronger, so that you can overcome all the odds against your arch enemies. Hero shooter games are no different. There's always sweaty players or high rank players that keeps on coming around against your match lobbies. To save your Tinder butt cheeks from viciously getting massacred, you gotta keep on getting better, so you get to show them who's got the balls of plutonium and who's got the balls of steel. But for a hero shooter online game where every new character release becomes that DLC playable boss, well then you gotta admit things are not heading in the right direction. Paladin's playstyle has become more of a like those cheap arcade boss fights. Whoever can spam more attack than the other gets to win. Zero skill base, no learning curves on modern characters, and no creativity or unique scenarios in duels. The modern characters are very poorly designed in terms of the abilities, lacks innovation, and most importantly, drastically kills the skill gap in between pro players and the nubs. We all know how the last patch went with the new tank release, Azan. Everybody and their mom was playing this character, and whoever rubbed the last two remaining brain cells and thought Azan was okay to be released in the live servers deserves endless streams of bongs in the head. A character that denies CC, can stop incoming CC, has CC, can fly, can put up walls that's unbreakable with Wrecker, and can get more tankier than Inara and Termi combined, and can also deal more damage relatively similar to the existing flank and damage class. What the? Well, might as well give him immortality for the rest of the game, till his game gets disconnected or something. And guess what? After rolling a whole patch with the Blessings Hara shove on the rear end of this character, it got bonked in the head with the nerf hammer. This was all strategic. This character is so broken that it didn't even add up in the following rank split, and a big chunk of me most definitely thinks that it was all intentional and a well executed plan by the evil Mojo Jojo. Oh, and guess who's taking Azan's place in the next patch? That's right, the new upcoming character. See what I'm getting here? No? Well, it's time for you to nourish your brain with some milk. Every new character has some form of broken mechanic. Either the whole character will be broken as fuck, or some mechanics will be way too much bonkers to go up against. This is the skill gap that I mentioned. They're obsessively and shamelessly adding these jacked up abilities in their new released characters just so new players feel like they're throwing godly abomination through their input devices, regardless if some meathead with thousands of hours poured into the game is up against him. And FYI, the game currently has 54 characters, so imagine if a newbie just started out Paladins. He'll have so many champions to grind through, and most of his unlocked characters will be useless against the new release characters. So what he'll do? That's right, he'll be forced to buy the Champions pack. You deserve a kiss in the forehead if you guessed it right, by the way. So long story short, new characters, OP. Provoking you to buy the Champions pack, whoopee. But what about us OG players? We Oompa Loompas are more frustrated with the games than fighting this thing in the Elden Ring. A lot of the OG players already left, the remaining ones are also sailing away, and Paladins is setting up new records on Steam chart in each month. Nobody wants to improve in the game anymore. Well, nobody needs to improve in the game anymore. The game devs and the newbies have perfected the ritual of fusion and now are working as one. Rest in peace, PushdaButtons. Rest in peace my guides and my one-tip videos. Let's talk about skins in one flow, shall we? This is a fantasy game and all I see is the game devs putting all their great minds into adding more polygons on Ying's butt cheeks. Like those indie Asian game developers. Adding more over-sexualized skins is not gonna result in more player base into the game. P-Hub is banned in most of the Asian countries, and hence why people try to buy sexualized skins in the game to kill two birds with one stone.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
It's time for me to semi-speedrun through a list of quality of life changes that I wish someday in the near future, if this game stays alive, then hopefully the game devs will put it into their consideration and add these following features. Will my eyes ever stop deceiving me? Can we please get better playable servers in this game? Especially, will SCA will ever be fixed? Can my Vato and Androxus not slide instead of dashing? Can my shots not register after 1,000 minutes? Can I at least feel like I'm playing this game from planet Earth and not from planet Venus? I'm not even sure if that's a planet. Can matchmaking chill the F down? What is this lobby, dude? This has got to be a D rank lobby and a diamond lobby. These guys are 3 stacking probably, it's not their fault. And then somehow they farmed some elo, and now they're here. As of now, I'm not even joking, rank is far less sweater than casuals. But this thing, yeah this, it's got a mind of its own. Ruins all the good vibes. If any of your employee plays rank, then no cap, he deserves a salary raise. Can we have our kill cams back so we get to see how he died? Regardless of the old messy kill cam, it still had its value. Now sometimes, I don't even know if I'm dying legitimately or not. Can we have a report button for cheaters? Like, hello? Do I even have to ask for this? Like honestly, how much picture perfect do you think your game is that after all these years, this button never got added up to the report section? Holy shit. Oh my god. Holy shit. Fun fact, Google or search on YouTube Paladins hack and you'll find people actively streaming with their cheats on and they're not even getting banned. It's so pathetic that cheaters are even offering cheat in exchange for $1. To be honest, if this game wasn't free, then I think this would be the value this game might set for its worth. Cheaters are so advanced now that they got to choose which lobby they're gonna scoop in and start farming. And also they get to decide how many players they're gonna keep active and how many players they're gonna ditch out after when the game starts. This creature in particular amazed me with his hacks, and he's been around in SEA for an entire season. Another fellow, this guy impersonates a well-respected pro GM player in SEA and claims it to be him, but instead uses hacks and tries to degrade reputation for the respected player. If I'm not mistaken, then he's been around for a whole 2 years. Have fun if you're trying to stream this game with a positive attitude. Whoever that's sleeping on the end of the report desk, without a doubt, he needs to be bonked. Can content creators have some respect and support from the devs? Fuck the checkmark, keep it to yourself, but can we at least have the workshop you promised? Can we have the option to hide HUD so I can make gun sinks and celebrate it with my newly reached threshold? Can custom games get more versatility? One should easily be able to create these game modes through the custom section. Just cause you hit the road for quantity doesn't mean we have to follow. Allow us to create more diversity and flexibility over our quality content. New characters are stacking more new bugs over the old ones, and I don't want to even stress about this in this video. Screw that. OG bugs is still proactively occurring, and on top of that, they're reworking the maps, thus occurring more new issues, and the color correction on these maps is just... Hey, what do you know? It's time for me to go to bed. Goodbye. Oh, and a sub to the channel would be appreciated. And you? Keep on doing what you're doing, Hi-Res. I'm sure you'll get there.